Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel, and Alpha 20 is finally here for 7 Days to Die. Almost. This is an experimental build. Being part of the streamer group means that I get access to it earlier on throughout the weekend. Everybody else is going to have access to this starting on Monday. So, if you want to be able to get into it on Monday, you'll just go into the beta options under your 7 Days to Die install and choose latest experimental build, and you'll be able to get it. Do keep in mind it's not a stable build, so things could change, worlds could get broken, there could be glitches and things. By the way, right now I'm just kind of walking around because they did so much changes with the foliage and the way the grass looks in the ground. It's no longer just the little 2x2 plains here. It actually looks really good. There's different level heights of grass. I'm just kind of walking around so everybody can see some of the visual fidelity changes here. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing off some of the things that they've added, some of the things they've changed, and I am going to be giving away a couple keys to the game. Now, the keys are going to be for a copy of the game on Steam. It doesn't grant you access to Alpha 20, just access to the game. Everybody will get access to Alpha 20 on the experimental build starting on Monday. So, if you want to win a copy of the game, just stick around until a little bit later in the video, and I'll explain to go how about winning. But, in this video, I'm going to show off some of the things that they've added and changed that I found interesting. And the first thing we're going to look at is the new drone. The robotic drone, I was excited about this. Now for 19, it got pushed to 20. So, you don't have to have a skill to make this, but you do have to have the schematic. And once you do, you've got to have robotic parts, forged steel, duct tape, scrap polymers, and 2 motion sensors. So, it does require a little bit of effort to be able to getting into making one of these. Now, I'm going to do a much more in-depth video of this after the preview video I'm doing right here. But there are several different mods that you can put on here. Armor plating, cargo mod, medic mod, morale booster, and headlamp mod. But we'll get into that in a little bit more in-depth video. So, all you have to do is once you have it in your inventory, you right-click, figure out where you want to place it just like anything else. And you can actually... Hello. She talks to you. And as you move around, she will follow you around here. Now, I haven't had a chance to spend a lot of time on how the pathing works if you're trying to go through a building or whatever like that. But you walk up to it.
Ready for duty.
And she talks to you. She's like, hey, what's up? You can see your inventory. You can tell her to stay put. Inventory space, you can see by default, it's 16 spaces. So she can carry some stuff around for you. Or you can hold down E and you can see all the different options here. Storage, you can tell her to stay here, you can take it with you, you can go into quiet mode so she'll stop talking to you, you can force her to talk to you, lock it so nobody else can get into you, etc. Now,
then, for now.
Goodbye. But the skill for robotics for the drone is just like with the regular ones. They're under the intellect tree here. As you improve your intellect, and I'll just kind of scroll down as I'm talking, you can see that it increases the damage rating, the how good of robotics you can make, etc. down here. And then under the robotics inventor, this increases how many you can make, the quality of them, how far apart they are as far as active goes, etc. So this is where it's all locked under here, is under the intellect, just like the previous one. But that's the new drone. I'm actually really excited about this. I can't wait to start using her more in regular gameplay. Something else that was added and changed is the blunderbuss is no longer in the game. That thing was added way back in an early alpha as an early weapon, and they've gotten rid of it. Instead, what they did was they added several different pipe weapons, and one of the first things you can get here is a pipe baton. So, we have a pipe baton for melee attacking. We have the pipe pistol, which uses 9mm ammo. It's a revolver. You have the pipe shotgun, which it's been reskinned so it looks way better. You have a pipe rifle, which is more like a bolt-action rifle. It uses 7.62 ammo. And a pipe machine gun, which also uses 7.62 ammo. So these are the kind of starting weapons that you can get early on. Now, you can make these without having to have any kind of skill to go along with them. You just got to find the stuff for them, which is usually not that hard to get early on. Pipe, glue, leather, wood, things like that. It's not real hard to make any of these, of course. This is something that we've been waiting for a little bit since they first put the slots on here. We've been able to see these modifier slots over here for a while, but they haven't had any kind of use. Now, you can actually dye the color of your vehicle, which you can see they also changed up the default skins of the way these look too. So, they created mods for the vehicles, and there's 5 different ones you can put on the vehicles. You can get the expanded seating mod, So if you have a motorcycle or a mini bike, you can now carry 2 people, and if you have a 4x4, you can carry 4 people. They have the supercharger mod, which just makes it go faster, faster acceleration, faster top speed. Fuel saver mod means it uses less fuel. The off-road headlamps mod makes it the headlamps are really, really bright. And so it's a lot easier if you're going through either nighttime or through like a burnt forest where it's really dark. And then the fuel tank mod here, which gives you an increase in your actual fuel tank capacity here. So that's really nice. So if you put a couple of these on here, you can see that the headlamp on this thing is considerably brighter. Let me make it a little darker so we can see what it looks like at nighttime. So it does really, really well with highlighting everything. It's lighting everything up here. So yeah, we finally got some mods on the vehicles and the ability to change the color of it. That is freaking awesome. I'm a big, big fan of that change. That's going to allow us to be able to do a lot of different things in the game, especially the seat mod for people that like to play multiplayer. That's going to be really, really cool. As I mentioned, I am giving away a couple keys for a copy of 7 Days to Die on Steam. If you win a copy, win a code, all you have to do is leave a comment down below and tell me, out of everything that you've seen and heard in Alpha 20, what is the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to that's going to change up your gameplay? Just leave a comment, tell me what you're really, really interested in seeing, and leave a hashtag Alpha 20. What I'll do is a random drawing tomorrow on Saturday and pick your name, and then I'll respond to your comment and say, hey, email me, and I'll send you the code and you're good to go. Now we're going to take a look at the new mutated zombie they put in here. This thing kind of looks like something from maybe Left 4 Dead, maybe a little bit of a Resident Evil thing. Now, let me pause him here so we can take a look at what he's doing. He's got this weird pulsating, oozing egg-looking thing on here. It's pretty disgusting. He's a hideous-looking dude. See, but they did change up some stuff the way the zombies will look at you also. And as you can see, he kind of scoots along at a normal pace or whatever. But he does a lot of gas explosions here. They can like throw basically like mucus bombs at you, similar to like the cop. Uses the same sound effect as the cop too, but as he's kind of scooting along towards you, whatever, you see he shoots out these little booger bombs at you here and leaves a nice little pool of this acidic looking crap all over the ground. It's pretty nasty. So you have to keep an eye on these. Now, as far as their life goes, he doesn't have a ton. This one right here, he's sitting at 121 health. So I'm pretty sure that the life level of the zombies, of course, is going to be based on your game stage and a random value or whatever. But you can see that just showing it at a 121 here, he's not super duper overpowered. So it's not like a boss fight if you do encounter one of these. Now, they can completely screw up an area if you get trapped indoors with one of them. But it's not that big a deal to run across one just one-on-one if you've got a weapon. If you've been following the development of Alpha 20 for a little while, you will have seen that they completely redid most of the skins for the zombies. They either redid it entirely, like our beloved Sylvia is no longer wearing the classic old school nurse's outfit. She's been given scrubs, a stethoscope, and she looks fantastic. I will miss the original Sylvia, but it is okay. Then you can see Carl got an overhaul. Now he's got he's got boils and warts and stuff all over his face. Looks pretty nasty. Bam, the skateboarder, looks a little bit better. His face is gross. He's missing a nose. Lumberjack dude, he looks less like a Yeti and more just like an actual lumberjack. And so many other skin textures they completely changed in the game too. So they've done a fantastic job with the new art for the zombies. And something else they've added to the game that I'm really excited about is we have a new style of quest. It's called the Restore Power Generators quest. You can only do these at night, so it has to be nighttime before you can even start it. But basically, they send you over and you have to activate generators. So you do what you got to do. It kind of leads you along like you normally would here. They've got me to kind of like a blown out construction site here. Got some loot over here. Here's the generator. Activate the small generator. See, it takes about 10 seconds to do so. Now, once you start doing this, of course, it makes a ton of actual noise, and so it'll attract a ton of zombies. See, I have them turned off right now just so I can show you what it looks like, but you turn it on, it makes a ton of noise, you kill a whole bunch of zombies, and you're pretty much good to go. And then you got to restore the generator again. It starts counting back down. You may end up having to do this maybe just a couple times. Once you start it, it brings in the zombies. Then you start the generator again. It restores power. The lights come back on, and you're good to go. But of course, if you don't have admin options going on here, then it's a little bit more of a challenge. And this is just a tier 1 quest, so it's like right here in the wide open. It's not that big a deal, but it is nighttime, of course, so the zombies are more feral. You're just going to have a lot more of a challenge to do these kinds of things. And then, of course, to be able to turn it back in, you can't even come back over until he's back open the next day, and you get some gear just like normal. You get a little bit more experience and dukes than your traditional kinds of quests and stuff, so that's always kind of nice to see if he has any of those restore power jobs. You can see right here, these are tier 2s, so it's not that big a deal, but you can only do these at night. And you can actually change the different tiers. Once you've gone up a level in tiers, you can go back doing tier 1 quest if you want to, or go back and select tier 2. So they revamped it a little bit so you're not always stuck on the same tier. To be able to increase your reputation with the trader, you can kind of go back and forth and do different levels of quests every time. That is something I'm really glad about. That way we don't get stuck doing the same quests over and over again. So many other things were changed about the games, like they redid away a lot of the AI work, so it'll change based on which biome you're in and the kind of building you're in as to what kinds of things spawn in there. And that also affects the loot. You're going to get different kinds of loot spawning depending on which biome you're in, which POI you're in, the difficulty level based on your game stage. It has its own stage as well. Both of those are full-on videos by themselves just because they've changed so much about them. But just know that the spawning and the loot spawning has completely changed the way it originally was. But the random worlds gen changes they did is something I'm most excited about. They redid the way they did all the stamping. So when you do a new random world, it's going to generate locations and cities and towns and communities that make a little bit more sense as to which buildings are there. Not to mention they put in over 200 new POIs and redid a lot of the POIs. And visually, all the changes they did to the game, you can see just even right there, the cobblestone brick on these, everything looks so much better. I'm absolutely stoked to get into playing this game. Now, for everybody asking, it'll be just a bit before I start my next Let's Play style series. I want to get the chance to have the game out a little bit so it's a little bit more stable, and then I'll worry about trying to start a new Let's Play. Also, you can see as I'm driving along here, the new weather events. It's getting cloudy and foggy, some rain. It likes to dynamically change as you're going about here, so you can get some dark spells in the middle of the day. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm really looking forward to all the new Alpha 20 content. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. It's free. And click the little bell so you get notified when new videos go live. If you found this one useful, be sure to leave a like on the video. And again, don't forget to leave a comment down below if you want to try and win a copy of the game. I'll be giving it away Saturday afternoon. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. Look forward to what we got going on next. And I will see you in the next one.